Hey guys, I'm gonna be reviewing Total Drama Revenge Island. This is the first season I'm doing in my rewatch, and if you guys don't know, I'm randomly deciding what season I'll be rewatching. So I'll be rewatching these out of order, and I'm going to make a season review. So let's go and straight into it. This review will be containing spoilers, so if you have not seen the season yet, please do not watch this video. Okay, let's get into it. Now I know this is a new game for you guys. I haven't played this game yet, and I don't think I've featured this on the channel. But this game is called Word Cookies, and it's basically a game of basically you make words. Okay. Now I do not really specifically want to play this new level. I really just want to play. I'm just gonna play from scratch, so I don't have to. It won't be that. Yeah. So let's get into it. Revenge Island. Now this season is kind of weird, I'd say. And I'll explain why I think it's weird. Personally, one thing that's really different is that the cast is different. That's also one big change that's made to the season. I'll talk a little bit later about the specifically cast. Do I like the cast or not? And then another change that's been made is that the episode format has also changed. It's no longer 26 episodes, it is 13 episodes. And I know a lot of fans are disappointed by this. But personally, I'd rather have 13 episodes than no season. Like, that to me is better. Although I can understand why it's kind of annoying, but you kind of have to think about this way. Maybe they weren't giving them much rights. Maybe they had to rush it through. Maybe they wanted to get another season quickly out of the way. I don't know the specific details and why the number of episodes was changed. But honestly, like I say, guys, I understand, but you have to understand from their point of view that they could have probably decided, nah, we're not gonna do a season. I'd rather have, like I say, guys, I think they made the smart choice, although it is kind of disappointing. So let's go on to something else. The next thing I'd like to discuss is that there is no reward challenges. This is something that I always love. I love reward challenges. And reward challenges, in my opinion, are so good. Okay? And I also do think that the fact is that there's no reward challenges doesn't give that much development for characters. And you kind of have to see... Now, personally, I think reward challenges are great. Some people may consider reward challenges to be like filler episodes, useless episodes. We can just cut them and go straight into it. The elimination, we don't need those episodes. But personally, I think the episodes give more time for the characters, and it doesn't rush it through. And that's what I have. And that's what this season kind of is. This season, in my opinion, is kind of rushed, and I kind of am disappointed with it. I felt like if they took in their time and gave 26 episodes, then I feel like this season would have been a little bit better. But I didn't really like this season too much, so I think 13 was fine. But for the other seasons, there were some. I feel like All Stars really needed to be more than 13. But I'll get into it. We'll talk about All Stars a little bit later, but in another video. But let's go specifically talk about Revenge Island. Also, another thing that is different. The theme of the season is mutating animals. Now, mutating animals is a kind of a weird thing. You wouldn't think about that theme in the straight off your top of your head. I'm pretty sure many people will say, "Oh, for theme for total drama, toxic animals, mutating animals." I'm pretty sure no one would say that as their very first guess. If you would, that's pretty impressive. And I think that's kind of cool. I kind of enjoyed the mutating animal theme, and I felt like it gave the challenges were based off it. I personally like the references, and I felt like it was such a creative move to do, because honestly, I did not expect that. I really did not expect it. I felt like when I saw this was going to be back to the normal island, and then they had a new cast, I felt like, okay, this season will just be a rip-off of Island. But it's not a rip-off of Island, and there are so many things different about this, and I enjoy that. And that's what I felt, and that's what I felt Amazing Spider-Man was, because the Amazing Spider-Man, in my opinion, was sort of a rip-off of the original, and I don't understand why it exists, because it honestly doesn't need to be there. It's kind of unnecessary. But Hollywood loves to do remakes and that stuff, and that's what I had a feeling this season would be, but it's not really like that. In fact, this season is very different from Island. In fact, there's not many things that are the same. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm kind of just winging it. Yeah, so like I said, I felt like this season, personally, I think, it makes logical sense. But at the same time, the theme of the season was great. I feel like the theme was good, and I felt like it was great. You know. So let's go ahead and discuss the actual stuff you guys care about. The antagonist of the season is Scott, and I personally do not like Scott one bit, because Scott is like one of those characters that's just so idiotically dumb, and I don't know why his strategy is to intentionally lose, because it doesn't make any sense, and no one understands what he's doing. Okay, and personally, and I felt like, and one of the things that annoy me so much is that no one takes the time to notice this, and since he's intentionally losing for literally almost all the time, I felt like it was kind of pretty clear, and you realize that how is no one noticing this? And then you know what happens? The people that notice this, guess what? They get eliminated for that. Wow, shocker! I know it's not really a big shock. And personally, I do not like that. And I felt like if this was like I felt like this were actual reality, I feel like people already noticed this, and this was kind of stupid in my opinion. So yeah, I kind of didn't like that. You know? So yeah. Let's go and discuss about the episodes of the season. The episodes, in my opinion, were not too bad. The challenges weren't necessarily that bad this season, but there were some challenges that did copy from the previous seasons, and I did not like that. In fact, I hated that. That was stupid. And I don't understand why do we need to have so many why do we need to copy the same challenges that were literally made in the previous episodes. Previous season. I don't like that. But the biggest complaint I have with the pre-merge is easily the plot. The plot of the episode is pretty much the same. Basically, it is this. Joe is the team, basically, is being bossy. Joe is basically the boss of Team Maggots and basically taking all charge. Mike gets embarrassed by his multiple personality disorder, and then Scott, well, Scott just intentionally makes the team lose. And personally, I didn't like that. It was sort of redundant, and it just doesn't make sense. It's just like you know what's going to happen. The merge is a little bit different, but the merge is so short, it's kind of hard to remember what exactly happened in the merge. And there's only one episode I really loved in the merge, and if you guys don't know what I'm referring to, it's Up Up Away My Pitiful Balloon. That was such a great episode. And yes, that's definitely my favorite without a doubt in that entire season. I just wish the rest of the season was like that, but unfortunately it is not like that. Which kind of just is disappointing to say none the least, but I guess I don't really know. So yeah, now let's go discuss the characters. The three characters that consistently I've liked the most were definitely Joe, Lightning, Brick. I feel like this trio was the best, and no one else was really that good. There were some other characters I did enjoy, but not as much as those three. And the other four were mainly just few episodes I did enjoy. And so yeah. The finalists for this season, I would say, are okay. Personally, I didn't really care. I didn't really care much about the finalists for this season. And personally, it has kind of been disappointing because the previous seasons, there was always someone I would root for, but in this season, there's not really anyone I would root for. Now, if I was forced to root for someone, I would definitely go with Cameron. But as a whole, but definitely Cameron would be my first choice for finalist. And yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I do think that Cameron isn't too bad. It's just he's just got really significant in the merge, because in the pre-merge he was kind of a background character until like episode 8. I feel like he got significance, and then episode 10 and 11 I really liked him. I didn't really like him much in episode 12. He was okay in episode 9, and but those 2 episodes I guess he wasn't. I mean, he was pretty good, I'd say, in the merge, but it's just the pre-merge. Like, he didn't do much, and that's kind of disappointing. And then Lightning was kind of a joke, honestly, and they kind of put him in there just for someone for us to root against, I guess. Yeah. So overall, this season is kind of a mixed bag. I personally like this season a little bit. It's okay, I guess. But if you're looking to watch for a season, and if you're kind of like unsure, I'd still recommend watching this season. But keep in mind is that this season is kind of a bit disappointing right after the huge success of World Tour. So let me know in the comment section below what I missed and what I should talk more about. Oh, I also did enjoy the conflicts between the conflicts in the season are pretty good. Like Cameron and Joe, Brick and Lightning, Joe and Lightning, Joe and Brick. Those are great. Like Cameron and Lightning. Those are the 4 ones I really did enjoy. I didn't really like the love triangle much in the season, and the interactions were rough. They were okay, I guess. So overall, I like this season a little bit, but not that much. So I hope you guys enjoy this review, guys. Peace out.